If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. Jeff Bezos. This quote isn't just about business, it's about life. Jeff Bezos is telling us that creativity, growth, and even success are not things you wait for. They are the result of action. The more you try, the more you fail. Yes, but also the more you discover, the more you create, and the more you evolve. Most people are afraid to experiment because they're afraid to fail. Bezos built a $1 trillion company by embracing failure as part of innovation. In fact, some of Amazon's biggest breakthroughs, like AWS, Prime, and the Kindle, were the result of many failed experiments. Think of your own life. What if you tried 10 new things this year instead of two? What if you launched that idea, wrote that book, started that channel without fear? This quote is a reminder: the more you are willing to try, the more likely you are to invent a future nobody else imagined. Now, let's dive into the story of the man behind this mindset, Jeff Bezos. Welcome to Bilal Hamza YouTube channel, where we uncovered the raw, real stories of the world's most daring thinkers, creators, and builders. Today's episode is about vision, about choosing the hard road, thinking in decades, and building something that reshapes the way the world works. It's about Jeff Bezos, a kid who loved science fiction, a man who quit a high paying Wall Street job, and a founder who started a bookstore in a garage that turned into the most powerful company on earth. This is not just a biography, it's a roadmap for anyone who dares to dream big, think long, and never settle. So, whether you are a young entrepreneur, a dreamer with a crazy idea, this story is for you. Let's begin. Jeffrey Bezos was born on January 12th, 1964, in New Mexico. His mother, Jacqueline, was a teenager in high school when he was born. His biological father, Ted, left early in Jeff's life, and his mother later remarried Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff and moved the family to Houston, Texas. From a young age, Jeff was curious and analytical. He loved taking things apart. He once rigged an electric alarm to keep his younger siblings out of his room. He spent summers on his grandfather's ranch in Texas, learning self resilience and the value of hard work. Jeff excelled academically and graduated as valedictorian of his high school. He then attended Princeton University, majoring in electrical engineering and computer science. Your environment may be challenging, but your curiosity and drive can shape your destiny. After graduating from Princeton, Bezos turned down job offers from companies like Intel and Bell Labs. Instead, he went to Wall Street, where he worked at Fittel, Bankers Trust, and then D.E. Shaw, a hedge fund. At D.E. Shaw, he quickly rose to the position of senior vice president. But something bigger was missing. In 1994, Bezos discovered that internet usage was growing by 2,300% per year. The statistic lit a fire in his mind. He envisioned a business where people could buy books online, a revolutionary idea at a time when the internet was still a mystery to most people. He made a bold decision to leave his secure, high paying job and chase a risky dream. Data can spark destiny. A single trend, when noticed and acted on, can change your life. Bezos and his wife packed up and drove across the country to Seattle. Writing a business plan along the way in 1994, he funded Carabara, which he later renamed Amazon, a name that represented the largest river and the vision of building the largest store. With a garage office, a pot of coffee, and a few developers, Amazon.com launched in 1995 as an online bookstore. Within a month, they were selling books in all 50 states and 45 countries. The key traits that define Amazon early: obsession with customer satisfaction, willingness to experiment and fail, long term thinking over short term profits. Great ideas don't need perfect conditions, just relentless execution and a bold heart. As Amazon grew rapidly, it attracted investors and went public in 1997. By 1999, Bezos was named Time magazine's Person of the Year. By then came the dot-com crash of 2000. Amazon stock fell by over 90%. People predicted its death, but Bezos refused to quit. He cut costs, streamlined operations, and doubled down on the customer experience. Instead of panicking, he focused on building Amazon Prime, the Kindle, and the marketplace model. Crisis reveals character. Don't just survive the storm, use it to become unbreakable. From books to everything, Amazon evolved into a marketplace, logistics giant, and tech company. Bezos also launched Amazon Web Services, AWS, now the backbone of global cloud computing and a massive revenue engine. In 2013, Amazon bought the Washington Post, and in 2015, Bezos became the richest man in the world. Bezos wasn't just building a company, he was building a universe. In 2000, he founded Blue Origin, a space company to enable millions of people to live and work in space. If your goals don't scare people, they are too small. Bezos' philosophy is built on key ideas: customer obsession, long term thinking, invent and simplify, fail fast, learn faster. He introduced the idea of day one, the belief that every day must be treated like the first day of your business, full of energy and innovation. Day two, he warns, followed by irrelevance and death. In 2021, he stepped down as Amazon CEO to focus on philanthropy, space, and climate change through efforts like Bezos Earth Fund. Leaders don't just build empires, they build futures. Bezos went through a public divorce with Mackenzie Scott in 2019. She received $38 billion and became one of the world's biggest philanthropists. Bezos has been criticized for Amazon's working conditions and monopolistic practices, but he maintains that Amazon's core has always been about serving the customer. His transformation, his new relationship, and space voyage abroad, New Shepard, made headlines worldwide. Even icons are human. Your flaws don't define your future, but how you handle them does. Jeff Bezos' journey shows that the greatest revolutions start with bold ideas and are powered by long-term vision, calculated risk, and resilience in the face of chaos. If you're working from a place that feels small, if you have an idea others laugh at, remember Bezos coding in a garage dreaming of selling books online. Never underestimate the power of vision backed by action. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If this podcast inspired you, share it with someone who needs courage to pursue their dream. Follow for more stories of visionaries, misfits, and builders who shaped the modern world. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming. Peace and love, Hamza.